आयातु वरदा देवी अक्षरं ब्रह्म संहितं गायत्री छन्दसां माता idam brahma jushasvanaha. So this is a Vedic seer, invoking Gayatri as Chandasam Mata. She is the mother of all the prosody, all the chandas, okay, all the meters. And he is asking her, Ayatu, Varada Devi, she is Varada, and let her relish, let her rejoice. Idam Brahma, this prayer of mine. So whatever I am saying with my heartfelt emotions, please, O Devi Sharada, accept it. So this is another Vedic prayer, so to say, for Goddess Saraswati. Now I'll start this with an announcement first. Okay. So request him to share the flyer of the Samvada Suktas of the Rigveda. This is a 7-day residential camp, the first offline camp on the Vedic Suktas, held at the very Adi Shankara Nilayam, the birth home of Adi Shankaracharya, and this will be held from 16th to 21st January. New Year resolution. So why don't you start making a resolution and start planning your travel, and that's why I am announcing it much earlier. One more suggestion, though the camp as such starts on 16th, I would like the participants to come here on campus in the same package, on 14th night. Why? Kimartham iti chet? See, on 15th we have Makara Sankramana Lakshmi Narayana Puja. Every year in SIF we celebrate Makara Sankramana with a worship of Lakshmi Narayana, and that is for the welfare of all our donors. So for the donors के लिए हम ये पूजा करते हैं, and this is worth seeing it. वैभवशाली पूजा है. So I would like you to see that puja here in Adi Shankara Nilayam. So that is on 15th. Then 15th evening you can go for sightseeing to Kaladi and other places. 16th normally is celebrated as the University Day. We have Chinmaya Vishwavidyapita on this very same campus, and we celebrate 16th January as the University Day. So I want you to be a part of that as well, and then 16th evening we can start our sessions. So this is the schedule. I have planned it this way so that you can optimize your time and get more benefit in that. And there are so many attractions of the camp. Please refer to the Facebook post, to the Twitter, and please visit our Chinmaya International Foundation website, chinfo.org, for more details, and do register. We have, the morning yoga sessions, light yoga and breathing exercises as a value addition, evening satsang as a value addition, and one day on 20th, we'll have Bhajana Sandhya by some of our students here. So this is a very good plan we are giving you. So please spread the word. If you can't come, you can at least spread the word and motivate some other interested people to join this camp. Okay? So thank you for listening to this. And now coming back to the Madhyama-vyayoga, there are so many meters, which are used. So here is one in the chat box. Are you sharing it? Yeah. So this has been shared in the chat box. So those who want to download or take it can take it. There are 52 verses in Madhyama-vyayoga. And what are the meters, in which they are composed? I told you Madhyama-vyayoga is little lighter drama, and most of the shlokas are in Anushtup. Many shlokas are in Anushtup, almost 24. Half of the drama is in Anushtup. Only one in the longest meter, that is Sragdara, with 21 letters, and some others, So this will help you. So suppose I forget to mention the name of the meter there, this will be a ready reference for you. Okay, so with these two things, now let us go back to where we stopped last time. Okay, so last time, yeah, you can unshare it now. So last time we saw that Ghatotkacha has permitted the Madhyama-putra, the Madhyama Brahmana-putra, to go and have some water because he's Pipasita, and he also wanted to offer water as Tarpana for himself, right? And he had allowed him, but now he has been waiting and waiting and waiting, and the boy hasn't yet come. Chirayate khalu brahmana batuhu atikramati matuhu ahara kalaha. And bhojana vela anatikramaniya, says Kalidasa as well in Shakuntala. And here he is serving his mother. So matuhu ahara kalaha chira atikramati kimnu khalu karishye. He is like, restlessly walking up and down. Kimnu khalu karishye bhavatu drishtam. Yeah, I got a thing. Bho brahmana ahuyatam tava putraha. He asked that brahmana to call his son. It is so pathetic. See, this is the irony of that pathos, The brahmana putra has gone away, and Ghatotkacha is asking the father to call his son so that he will be taken away by the Rakshasa, to be gobbled up by his mother. Which father will call the son, right? Ahuyatam tava putraha. Atirakshasam khalute vachanam. Brahmana said, you are speaking so cruel words. Ati rakshasam. I mean, this is transgressing the rakshasatva even, This is more than a demonic utterance that you are telling me to call my own son. And for what? To be eaten up. Katham rushyati. I don't mean it, okay? Katham rushyati. Why are you so angry? Marshayatu bhavan, marshayatu. Please, forgive me and please calm down. I am me prakriti dosha. What do I do? I am demon, by birth. So this is by birth, this is my inborn, you can say, a weakness to be so cruel, so demonic. Atha kinnama tava putra. Okay, you tell me the name. I will call him. Kim nama tava putra. Etadapi na shakyam shrutum. I can't even hear that. If I tell you the name, you will call him aloud by the name, so that my son would come and you will take him away. How can I tell the name also? Etadapi na shakyam shrutum. Yuktam, okay. I think it's proper for you. Bho Brahmana Kumara, he asked one of the brothers, the elder one, Kim namate bhrata? What's the name of your brother? The father is not telling, not divulging the name. At least the brother would say, Kim namate bhrata? He also doesn't want to, really divulge the name. He says, oh, bechara majla, tapasvi madhyamaha. Oh, the poor middle one, tapasvi madhyamaha. Okay, he thought Madhyama is the name. Tapasvi, the poor fellow. Tapasvi Madhyama. Madhyama iti sadrishamasya. Okay, his name is Madhyama. Very proper because he is the middle son. Ahameva abhayami. Okay, you are not calling. Let me call. Bho Madhyama, shigram agacha. He calls Madhyama like this. Shigram agacha. Bhimasenaha tatah pravishati Bhimasenaha. What an entry. He is calling Madhyama and here enters Bhimasena on one corner of the stage. He is not yet seen. Ghatotkacha has not yet seen Bhimasena entering. The moment he calls Madhyama, na asamsuchitam patram praveshayet. I have been repeating every time, right? So that is the norm of Bharata. So if Bhimasena has to make an entry, there has to be some indication. What is that indication? Here the indication is he is being called. He feels he is being called. Actually, Ghatotkacha is calling the middle son of the Brahmana. But Bhimasena, being the middle one, feels when he hears Madhyama that he is called. And therefore, he enters. Kasyayam swara. Who is this? He just listens to the swara. He hasn't yet seen. When he comes near, he will see Ghatotkacha. Okay? First he is just listening to the sound of that utterance, Madhyama, Madhyama. And that's a very serene type of calling. And he is describing, see, the minutest details, the nuances to the level of what Bhasa can, because he is a Mahakavi, he can describe even the swara in a beautiful verse. What is the sound like, Khagashata virute virauti taram drimagahane drida sankate vanesmin janayati cha manojvaram swaroyam bahu sadrusho hi dhananjaya swarasya. This swara reminds him there is smarana alankara. Anytime, anywhere you remember something of the past, there occurs the alankara called smarana, smriti. Bahu sadrishaha hi dhananjaya swarasya swaroyam. This swara is bahu sadrishaha, very much similar. Bahu, not just similar. Bahu sadrishaha, very much similar to that of Dhananjaya, Arjuna. Dhananjaya swarasya bahu sadrishaha ayam swaraha. What does it do? Janayati manojvaroyam. This swaraha, ayam swaraha, janayati, creates, generates manojvara in my heart, in my mind. Manasaha jvaraha manojvaraha. That is some turbulence in the mind. Because first of all, there are two reasons. The first of all, this swara reminds him the swara of Dhananjaya. Okay? And that swara has some, command in that. So it speaks of some adhikara at the same time. So who this must be? If you remember Karnabharam, when the Brahmana comes to as a Yachaka, Karna also says, oh, the swara is very gambhira, So from the swara, you can make out, you can visualize the person whose swara it might be. And therefore he is curious. So manojvara is curiosity, utkantha. It is not the fever of the mind. It is the turbulence. It is the feeling which is arising in the mind, and therefore it is called utkantha or autsukyam. So this swaraha, which is bahusadrishaha, of whom Dhananjaya swarasya, janayati me manojvaram. It arouses my curiosity to know the person, to see the person. I have just heard him. Now I want to see the person who he is. And secondly, this is a very, a dense forest here. So who must be calling somebody here as Madhyama? Why somebody is calling me here? He doesn't know the story of Brahmana and all the three sons and all. So when somebody is calling Madhyama, he feels he is being called. Who is calling me in this Nibida Kanana? That is another way, another reason of his curiosity to know who the person is. And therefore the first two lines give you the Karana. So this makes the Kavya Linga Alankara. Why there is Manojvara? Because there is a sound coming in this dense forest where nobody is seen around. And therefore it is all the more, he is all the more curious to know who the person is. Khaga shata virute druma gahane dridha sankate asmin vane. All the saptamyantas are adjectives of vane. Asmin vane, in this forest. Vana, kanana, aranya. So asmin vane, which is khaga shata virute, which is echoed with the chirping of khaga shata, hundreds of birds. Khaganam shatanam virutam tena vyapte vane asmin. Khaga is a bird. Khe gacchati iti khagaha. One who goes, one who moves about in the mid-region, in the sky. So the word khaga meaning a bird, because the birds don't walk like us on the earth. they move about in the sky. Ke gacchati iti khagaha, vihagaha, viyati gacchati iti vihagaha, vihangamaha, vihangaha, right? So just by adding that ga pratyaya, you can coin such words. Like you can coin a word like, bhujangaha, bhujagaha, bhujangamaha. Bhujabhyam or bhujabhihi gacchati iti. The snake or the serpent, the reptiles, they don't have legs. So they as if, crawl and slither around with their bhuja, with their body, with their hands. So bhujabhihi gacchati iti bhujagaha, bhujangaha, bhujangamaha. Similarly, viyati gacchati iti vihagaha, vihangaha, vihangamaha, or khe gacchati iti khagaha. Khaga shata virute, that is one adjective. Druma gahane. Druma gahane. Druma is a tree. The etymology is very interesting for druma. It is dru plus ma, the two syllabic portions. As Yaska says, akshara samanyena va nirbruyat, natveva na nirbruyat. It's not that you should not etymologize. Even if you have to break a word into akshara, into syllabic portion, do it and go ahead with deriving it from some root. Okay? So drumaha, dru plus ma, and dru is from root dru dravati, from which we have the word drava, that is a liquid, rasa, which flows. And so dru is a gatyarthaka root. Basically, dru is a gatyarthaka root. But here we take it as urdhvam gacchati iti druhu nama shakha. Urdhvam gacchati iti druhu nama shakha. Ma is a possessive suffix, and therefore shakha asya asti iti drumaha nama vrikshaha. Okay? Now shakha, because I am telling something from Nirukta, let me tell you the Nirukti of the word shakha. Very interesting. Shakhas, you imagine a huge tree like that of a mango or a jackfruit, or a banyan tree, and the branches are spread out horizontally, right? Now, what is the support for the branches? They are like parallel to the floor, parallel to the ground, and they are as if, hanging in the sky. Khe shete iti shakhaha. Khe, that which sleeps, that which stands, that which is located in the sky, because they run horizontally and parallelly to the ground. Khe shete iti shakha. Isn't it interesting? So, khe shete iti shakha, and shakha asya asti iti druhu asya asti, nama shakha asya asti iti drumaha nama vrikshaha. Vrikshaha kasmat vrutva ksham tishtati iti vrikshaha. That which covers the earth, a very shady tree, a very big giant shady tree like a vatavruksha or a mango tree which give ample shade. Vrutva ksham, ksham prithvi. So that which covers, pervades the earth, and tishtati iti vrikshaha. Vriksha. Vrutva ksham tishtati. Very interesting. If you go on etymologizing every word, we will be never able to complete the drama, So, druma gahane, which is filled with many trees. Many trees grow in the jungle. It's not like you are planting trees on the roadside. If you go to the forest, the trees are, one in the other. They get entangled and not even a ray of sun can reach the earth. So densely they grow. Druma gahane, dridha sankate. Dridha sankate is another word. Sankata, normally you say, sankata is like calamity. Sankata is like vyasana. Something impending, you don't expect that to be, that is called sankata, a calamitous situation. But sankata again, sam plus kru, it is, put together. So nibida, ghani bhuta. The meaning of Sankata is Ghanibhuta. Dridha Sankate, when everything has come so close, all the trees, all the Vanya things have come so close. That is Dridha Sankate. That is one meaning. Another which the commentator says here is Ati Sambadha Panne. Ati Sambadha. There will be some badha. There will be some hindrances. Because in the jungle, traveling in the jungle, in the forest is not an easy task. Anything may come. All of a sudden, a bear may come in front of you. A tiger may be there pouncing upon you, Ati badha panne. Dridha sankate, ati sambadha panne. Any hindrance, any impediment may come in such a forest. Khagashata virute, drumagahane, dridha sankate, asmin vane, taram virauti, taram uchchaihi, virauti, shabdapayati, ayam manushyaha, ayam janaha, tasya ayam swaraha, dhananjaya swaram, anusmarayati mam. That is the meaning. So, this person he hasn't yet seen. He will come near and then he will be able to see the person as it is. But then now he had just heard the voice. So this is the Pushpitagra meter and Smarana Alankara, Kavyalinga Alankara and all. Ghatotkacha, still he has not seen Bhimasena, because Bhimasena is on the other end of the stage. Ghatotkacha is calling from this end, okay. So that is when you are enacting the drama, you have to keep it in the mind. Bhimasena just can't come and stand in front of Ghatotkacha because they haven't seen each other till now. Ghatotkacha. Chirayate khalu Brahmana Bhatu. Why this Brahmana Bhatu is getting so delayed? Atikramati maturahara kala, the same sentences. Kinnu khalu karishye, what shall I do? Bhavatu drishtam, uchchaihi shabdapayami. I will call him, now uchchaihi, still loudly I will call him. Shabdapayami, shabdam dadami, आवाज देना, मैं आवाज दूंगा. Calling and आवाज देना by his name, there are two different phenomena, okay. Uchchaihi shabdapayami, bho madhyama, shigram agaccha. Bho, ko nu khalu etasmin vanantare, mama vyayama vignam utpadya, madhyama iti mam shabdapayati. Bhimasena, again, he is doing some exercise, nowadays gym. So, mama vyayama vignam utpadya. This fellow, whosoever is calling me as Madhyama, he has interrupted, my daily exercises. Mama vyayama vignam utpadya. And that too in the midst of this forest, asmin vanantare, Madhyama iti mam shabdapayati, and calling me by my name, Madhyama, bhavatu, pashyamastavat. Let us see who the person is. And now parikramya, avalokya, now he comes, This is like, the stage has its own limitation, but if it is held in an open thing, he is at the one corner, first the swara would be listened to and then the person would be seen. Unless you go near, the person can't be seen. So first he listens to the swara and then parikramya, a little bit, he moves forward towards the direction of the swara, and avalokya, vismayam, savismayam, aho darshaniyoyam purusha. How handsome this person is. Darshaniyaha, worth seeing. Darshaniyaha, literally, one who deserves to be seen. Okay, drashtum yogyaha ayam purushaha, ayam he. Who will describe Ghatotkacha? Vyasa did not describe. See Bhasa's description, very different from the concept of Ghatotkacha which we have been nurturing in our mind. Ghatotkacha for Vyasa is a bald-headed Rakshasa, very fierce looking and all. But now Bhimasena describing him in 12 very good adjectives. 12 adjectives, a big vritta, shardula vikridita, and very beautiful description of a demonic son of Bhimasena. Father doesn't know he is my son. The son doesn't know the person whom he is going to meet is his father. So this is a very unique position, unique situation where Bhasa has brought in son and father amne samne, bilkul, without their identities revealed to each other. Very beautiful situation. Aho darshaniyoyam purushaha ayam hi. सिंहास्य सिंहदंष्ट्रो मधुनिभनयन स्निग्धगम्भीरकण्ठः बभ्रुभ्रुष्येन नासो द्विरदपतिहनुर्दीप्तविश्लिष्टकेशः व्यूढोरा वज्रमध्यः गजवृषभगतिः लम्बपीनांसबाहुः सुव्यक्तं राक्षसीजः विपुलबलयुतः लोकवीरस्य पुत्रः. Very beautiful. I simply love this verse. What a beautiful description of Ghatotkacha. We can never find anywhere in the entire Sanskrit literature, Simhasyaha. Simha and Vyaghra, they have their faces very wide, broad, and therefore they are known as, another name is Panchasyaha. Pancha Asyaha, like the stretched out palm, how it will look. This is like the closed fingers. If you stretched it out, it becomes broader. So like that, Panchasya means a broad faced. So Simhasya, Simha and Vyaghra, both have Panchasya. Both are known as Panchasya. Their face is very broad. Not like that of a Shwana or a jackal or a wolf, whose mouth is like tapering, like this. Even the cattle folk tapering. But these are like broad faced. Okay? Simhasya, very broad faced. Asya is Vadana. Why? Mukha. Asya is Vadana. Very interesting again. I can't but quote from Nirukta. Asa is to throw. Asa is to throw. Astra is the word from, that which is thrown is astra, and that which is held in hand and fought with is called shastra. You know the difference between astra and shastra. So asa is to throw. Asyate annam asmin iti asyam nama mukam, in which the food is thrown. Interesting, isn't it? In which the food is thrown. Okay. Simhasyaha, simha daunshtraha. His daunshtra, his canine teeth are as sharp as Simha. They can tear apart any animal of prey, okay? Any bhakshya. Simha daunshtraha. And if you remember, the Brahmana and the Brahmana's sons, they described Ghatotkacha some in the earlier part when they see him. His daunshtra, protruding teeth, have been described like that of a Karikalabha. If you remember those verses which I have seen earlier. So Simha daunshtraha, that means he is a Rakshasa Putra, Therefore his teeth are very sharp like that of a lion, which can tear asunder, part asunder any prey animal. At the same time, Simhasya and Simha daunshtra give you the ferociousness of the figure. Next two are very nice. Madhu nibha nayanaha. His nayana are nibha, like sadrisha, sama. Nibha is sadrisha or sama. Like what? Madhu. His eyes are tawny colored, brown colored. His pupils in the eye are not dark black, they are brownish. So having, brown colored pupils is a Saundarya Lakshana. So Madhu Nibha Nayanaha. And secondly, using the word Madhu here, Madhu is sweet, isn't it? And therefore the eyes ooze that sweetness or that kind of karuna or compassion. Because Ghatotkacha's description earlier also, if you go through, the Brahmana says, though he is fierce, his swara is not that fierce, He looks to be a very considerate person, very compassionate one. So Madhu Nibhanayanaha, as sweet, The eyes are sweet means what? Sweetness comes through the bhava in the eyes, that is compassion. Okay, so Madhu Nibhanayana, it is not just the color of the eyes, but the bhava in the eyes, the feelings in the eyes. Okay, Madhu Nibhanayana, Snigdha Gambhira Kantha. Kantha is not literally the kantha, the swara. He just now heard the swara, Dhananjaya swarasya bahusadrisha, right? So it is Gambhira because Dhananjaya swara is Gambhira, but it has affection in it. Snigdha Gambhira Kantha. Babhru Bhruhu, his bhru, minute details of the person, all the physical parts have been described so distinctly, so vividly, so clearly. His bhruhu, his eyebrows are babhru, are again Pingala Varna. Babhru is brown, Pingala Varna. Basically, Babhru, Babhru is the name of Shiva, Babhru is the name of Shiva. Babhru also means Agni, fire. Because fire, when it's ablaze, the darkness of the dhuma and the yellow golden flame, the reddishness, it all gets mingled and it looks brownish. It looks kapila. And therefore Babhru means Agni and Babhru means Shiva, because the lingam, the pindi of Shiva is either black or brown in color. Okay? And therefore Babhru is this meaning. So Babhru Bhruhu basically is one whose eyebrows are as brown as the fire. Okay? So Babhru means tawny colored or brownish color. Babhru Bhruhu, Shena Nasaha. Shena Nasaha, his nasa, his nose is as sharp and pointed as that of a hawk. Shena. Shena is what? Baz Pakshi. In Marathi we call it Sasana. Sasana is Shena. Okay? Baz Pakshi. Very good. So his eyes are also very sharp and his nose is very pointed. Okay? Eagle family, eagle and baz. So Shena Nasaha, Dvirada Pati Hanuhu. His Hanu, his chin. Bhru I have described, the Asya is described, the Damshtra is described, the Kantha, the Nayana, everything is described. Now he comes to the Hanu, the chin of this person is Dvirada Pati. Dvirada, an elephant. Dvau Radau, Staha, Asya, iti. Two tusks, of the elephant. And Dvirada means an elephant. Dvirada Pati is the king of the elephants, the Gajendra you can call. Gajendra. Gajendrasya Hanu iva yasya Hanuhu. Dvirada Pati Hanuhu. Deepta Vishlishtakeshaha. This is where Bhasa differs from Mahakavi Vyasa. Mahakavi Bhasa, Mahakavi Vyasa. Vyasa has described Ghatotkacha as a bald. Udgataha Kachaha Yasya Shirasaha. All his hair have gone and therefore it looks like a ghata, a pitcher. It is the real meaning of Ghatotkacha. But here Bhasa is describing him as having kesha and they are vishlishta. Shlishta tied together, shlishta. Shlisha alingane, tied together, closed. Vishlishta viruddha. So they are scattered, disheveled hair and Vidipta chamkile baal hai, chamkile, shining, glowing, scattered hair. So because he is angry and he is walking up and down, why this Batu has not yet come, and therefore his hair are scattered all over and they are shining because they are shampoo lagaya usko. So Dvirada Pati Hanuhu, Deepta Vishlishta Keshaha. This is very differs, that was just kidding. But then Deepta Vishlishta Keshaha, Bhasa wants his Ghatotkacha to be an adorable Rakshasa Putra, not a fierce Rakshasa. He is a Rakshasa Putra, no doubt, but he is very adorable, very covetable, very loving and charming. and therefore Kesha must be there. A bald person doesn't look so attractive, but with Kesha, people look attractive. Okay? So, Dviradapati Hanuhu, Deepta Vishlishta Keshaha, Vyudhoraha, Vyudham, Vitatam, Vishalam, Uraha, Vakshaha, Asya, Vyudhoraskaha, Vrishaskandhaha, Shalapranshuhu, Mahabhujaha. You know? Kalidasa description of the Raghu kings. Dilipa, Vyudhoraskaha, Vrishaskandha, Shalapranshuр Mahabhujaha. So, Vyudhoraha, Vyudham, very vitata, broad chested one. Vajramadhyaha, but his madhya, the kati portion, is thin but as sturdy as a vajra, or the kulisha of Indra. So the madhya, the west portion, the middle portion of the body has to bear the load of the entire upper part, and it has to support the lower part. So though it is Krishakatitva, Simhakatitva, it has to be very sturdy and very strong and robust. And therefore it is as strong as Vajra. Okay? Vajramadhyaha, Gaja Vrushabha Gatihi. His Gati, his gait. Because he's walking up and down, calling Madhyama. So Bhimasena, when he enters, he must have seen him walking like this and this, to and fro. Okay? And therefore, his gait he has observed. His gait is like that of Gaja, Gajagaminitva, and Vrishabha, very graceful. Slow, but graceful. Steady, graceful. So, Gaja Vrishabha Gatihi, Lamba Pina Aunsa Bahuhu, and his Bahu hanging from his Aunsa, that is shoulder, are Lamba, very long, and Pina, rounded, stout. His Bahu, Rakshasaputra, basically, good built, high built, and therefore his Bahu also are Pina, very stout, very hefty, and Lamba, they are hanging long, like Ajanubahutva. That is another feature of a Veera Purusha. Like Rama, we always say Ajanubahum Dhritasharadhansham Baddha Padmasanastham, right? Ajanubahum. So, Lamba Bahuhu and Pina Bahuhu. So, these are all 12 adjectives. Aren't they interesting? Simhasyaha Simhadamshtraha Madhunibhanayanaha Snigdha Gambhira Kanthaha Babhrubhruhu Shenanasaha Dviradapati Hanur Deepta Vishlishta Keshaha Vyudhora Vajramadhyaha Gaja Vrishabhagatir Lambapi Naunsabahuhu. Suvyaktam, very clearly, very evident it is, Rakshasijaha. He is born of a Rakshasi, but Lokavirasya Putraha, born of a Rakshasi from a very brave person, warrior on this earth. Lokavirasya. He is referring to himself when he calls Lokavira, when he says Lokavira, without knowing it. Right? Lokavirasya Putraha Syat. Okay? Vipula Balayutaha. Because he is Rakshasijaha, naturally he has got that physical strength which is inborn of all the demons. Suvyaktam, it is so evident from his physique, from his posture, that Rakshasijaha Vipula Balayutaha Lokavirasya Putraha. So he is indirectly referring to him, his own self as Lokavira, and Rakshasi, by that he is referring to Hidimba, okay, without knowing, of course. And there lies the charm. Until they fight, have their duet and this and that, Bahu Yuddha, they don't know, they don't come to know each other. Bhimasena at one point of time comes to know from Ghatotkacha's saying, but then, he doesn't, he pretends as if that he doesn't know who he is. And then he's filled with his Vatsalya Bhava for his son. Very beautifully depicted by Bhasa. In fact, to choose such a theme, which is very unique, which no one has dealt with in the Sanskrit literature, that itself is a challenge. Because there is no much of reference work, which he can refer to. I mean, Vyasa refers to Ghatotkacha only once or twice. But beyond that, there is nothing. There are no reference books for him. And this is all his imagination. Just visualize what might have been the pratibha, the genius of this poet Bhasa, when he conceives of such a theme and builds 52 verses around it, fabricates it in such a charming, loving manner to present a very beautiful one-act play called Madhyama-vyayoga. Hats off to such a great poet. Okay. So, suvyaktam rakshasijaha vipula balayutaha lokavirasya putraha. So, this is Shardula Vikridita Vritta. There are so many alankaras there. It is Kavyalinga Alankara because he has such a very, what you can say, robust built body. He must have been the putra of a Rakshasi. So, the Karana is inferred. So, Anumana also is there. Parikara is a sakutaihi visheshanaihi. When you are using a very significant adjective, it becomes a parikara alankara. It's not just any adjective attached to anything, They are all very significantly used and therefore it becomes a parikara alankara. So very nice verse and beautiful description of Ghatotkacha. Ghatotkacha has not yet seen. Bhimasena, while entering, sees this person. Ghatotkacha is walking up and down and therefore he has not sighted, so to say, Bhimasena. Chirayate khalu brahmana batuhu uchchaihi shabdapayan. Let me raise my voice still more. Uchchaihi shabdapayan. Bho bho madhyama shigramagacha. Bho. Anand. Again. Bho praptosmi. I am here. You are calling me, no? Bho praptosmi. He sees him up and down. Nakhalu yam brahmana batuhu. He is not a brahmana putra. But darshaniyoyam purusha. This purusha is good to look at. Darshaniyam. Drashtum yogyahayam purusha. Now it is Ghatotkacha's turn to describe his father without knowing. Okay. So he described ya eshaha simha kritihi. Ghatotkacha is described as simhasyaha simhadaushtraha. Now Bhimasena is described by Ghatotkacha as simhakritihi, as royal, as elegant, as Simha, as royal, as elegant. Simha with his mane, he looks so royal, isn't it? Simhakritihi. Kanakatala samana bahuhu madhye tanuhu garuda paksha vilipta pakshaha Vishnur bhavet vikasita ambuja patra netraha netre mama harati bandhuriva agatoyam. Very nice verse. All the verses are so nice. Pardon me if I say for every verse, such a beautiful verse. Such a beautiful verse. Simhakritihi, as elegant as the lion. Kanakatala samana bahuhu. His bahu look like that of a golden talavruksha. Talavruksha, the longness. Bahu are long, ajana bahutva. And they are rounded and shining and glowing. So, Kanakatala. Remember, in Urubhanga, Yudhishthira is Dhritarashtra is described in this manner. Dhritarashtra's bahu are described in this manner. If you remember the verse, you might have forgotten that the gods were afraid, of Dhritarashtra's very good physique, and therefore they filled him with that eternal darkness. They made him blind. So, Kanakatala samana bahuhu. His bahu are as shining and as long as the golden palm tree, Kanakatala. Madhye tanuhu. Madhya has to be Krisha. Krishakati. Simvakati, not Gajakati. Gajagati and Simvakati or Hamsagati. These are the signs of beauty, for men and women. This is convention, of course, of Sanskrit literary world. So, Madhye Tanuhu, Garuda Paksha Vilipta Pakshaha. Beautiful Anuprasa and Yamaka also here. His Paksha, that is Parshva, his side portions. Side portion is the portion below your armpit. It is called parshva. Okay, parshva. This is basically the sides of your armpits, which is, and if you know the word parshva asthi, that means a rib. Pasli, haddi pasli ek karna, pasli, fasali in Marathi, we call it fasali, that is pasli in Hindi, that's a rib. It's a cage of ribs, right, in which we have our heart and our lungs located. So this has to be broad. When you say vyudho raskaha, that means he is vyudhora, and therefore his parshva is as good as the Garuda Paksha, as the wings of Garuda. Now what is the meaning of this? Garuda Pakshasya iva Pakshau yasya saha Garuda Paksha Vilipta Pakshaha. That is the adjective which is used. Garuda, for example, what is Garuda? Garuda is the Vahana of Vishnu. So both Vishnu and Lakshmi mount Garuda, and he is able to carry both these Jagatpatis and Jagatpatni on his wings. So that much stoutness, that much strength, the Paksha, the wings of the Garuda need to have. So his ribs, this Bhimasena's, not exactly ribs, it is not Parshvasthi, it is Parshva. The sides of this person, who he doesn't know, the sides of this person are as good as the wings. Wings are the sides of Garuda. What are wings? The sides of Garuda. This is the Garuda with his nasa and all that, and his wings are his sides. So his Paksha, his sides are as good as the sides or the wings of the Garuda. Garuda Paksha Vilipta Pakshaha. Then Vikasita Ambuja Patra Netraha. His eyes are like Vikasita Ambuja Patra, like the petals, patra, of the fully bloomed lotus, the long, elongated eyes. Ayatakshi, Harinakshi. Again a conventional sign of beauty of the eyes. Okay. Vikasita Ambuja Patra Netraha. This, if you want to take out dhvani, you need to extract dhvani. Dhvani is something, which is not clearly stated. Otherwise it will become abhidartha or sanketitartha. The Vyangyartha has to be extracted by your Vitpannamatitva, your abhyasa, your training, right? So from Ambuja, Vikasita Ambuja Patra Netra, you can derive certain dhvanis. One dhvani is, which is very clear, Ambuja Patra, the size is long and therefore his eyes are long. That is too clear, there you don't require your pratibha to say that. Okay, Ayatakshatva comes very easily from that. But when you say Ambuja Patra Netra, Ambuja Patra, it's not only long, it is tender, it's delicate, it's very soft. So there is softness in the eyes of this person. That softness is the love for the sun. Normally, the readers, we know, right? Who are they? So there is love. That softness, that tenderness of feelings is there. And maybe there is Ambuja, the Rakta Kamalasya Raktatva in the eyes. Why there is Raktatva? Why he is Raktaksha? Because Vyayamasya Madhye Vignamutpadya. Mama Vyayama Vignamutpadya Ko Mam Shabdapayati Madhyamaiti. And therefore he is angry. Isn't it? So these are all dhvanis, This is what it occurred to me. I may be wrong, but you can have your own dhvanis. And that's why I always say, dhvani is a very subjective notion. As I look at a thing, I see it. If my perception is myopic, I won't see it clearly. If my perception is, affected by something, by somebody else's conceptions, then I will see it like that. For example, a jaundiced eye, sees everything yellow. A jaundiced person, a jaundiced eye, therefore I say, a jaundiced eye will see everything yellow. So if I want to see everything yellow, I have to be a jaundiced person. I mean, I am suffering from jaundice. What I mean to say is, dhvani is a subjective notion. So as you feel, you perceive it. Vikasita ambuja patra netraha. And this type of person, mama netre aharati. He is attracting my eyes. I want to look at him again and again. It's not just a cursory glance and then I see somewhere else. I want to look at him. I want to see him again and again. I feel he is someone like a bandhu, like who is bound to me. Bandhu is relative in a dictionary meaning. Bandhu is literally one who has, some sort of bondage with me, some binding with me. Bandha is to bind, and they are bound as the son and the father. We know that. He doesn't know. But he feels somewhere that he is my bandhu, he is related to me. He is my own person. Maybe he is Vishnu bhaved. Who he may be. He is such a robust built person, very good to look at, with nice eyes, lotus-like eyes, and like Garuda and all. And because Garuda is there, maybe he is Vishnu, his Paksha are as good as Garuda's wings. Maybe he is Vishnu. Whosoever he is, I feel he is related to me. So sometimes, you don't know the person, but something within tells you, oh, he has some relation with you. So that is the thing. This is our inner voice telling us, oh, he is related to me. Bandhuriva agatoyam. Vishnur bhaved vikasita ambuja patra netraha netre mama harati bandhuriva agatoyam. So this bandhuriva agatoyam is very, very remarkable because we all know that he is really his father. Bho Madhyama. Again he is calling that Madhyama. He just saw this person. Maybe this person passing by has come, stepped inside. But let me go on calling that Madhyama, the Brahmana Batu. Bho Madhyama, tvam khalu aham shabdapayami. Bhimasena says, Ataha khalu aham praptaha. You are calling me, that's why I am here. Ataha. You are calling me as Madhyama. And when I am here, you are not looking at me. You are not talking to me. What is this? Come on now. Atah khalu ayam praptaha. Kim bhavanapi Madhyamaha. He is calling that Madhyama, that Brahmana's son. Kim bhavanapi Madhyamaha. Of course, yes. Natavadaparaha. Who else is there Madhyama? I am the only Madhyama. Who else is there? Natavadaparaha. There is none else but me. Madhyamoham. I think we'll stop here because there are 2 verses of Madhyamas and I won't be able to finish it now. In January, we'll be having Samvada Suktas of the Rigveda. 5 Samvada Suktas we have selected from Rigveda only. Vishwamitra Nadi Samvada Sukta, Indra Aditi Vamadeva Samvada Sukta, Indra Apala Samvada Sukta, Pururava Urvashi Samvada Sukta, and Saramapani Samvada Sukta. So these are the 5 dialogue hymns we have selected, and the camp will be from 16th January to 21st. But I wish the participants to be on the campus by 14th night or early 15th morning, so that you will benefit from the Lakshmi Narayana Puja, which is an annual puja done for the welfare of all the donors of SIF and CVV. So this is the flyer, and you can visit chinfo.org for more details. There are so many attractions of this camp, and this is a unique Vedic camp happening for the first time offline. So do register. Hari Om. See you next Sunday with who this Madhyama is. Now really, you get to know the title, the Madhyama-vyayoga title significance, the significance of the word Madhyama in it. Okay. ಓಂ ಪೂರ್ಣಮದಃ ಪೂರ್ಣಮಿದಂ ಪೂರ್ಣಾತ್ ಪೂರ್ಣಮುದಚ್ಯತೆ ಪೂರ್ಣಸ್ಯ ಪೂರ್ಣಮಾದಾಯ ಪೂರ್ಣಮೇವಾವಶಿಷ್ಯತೆ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. See you next Sunday. Till then, Hari Om.